Yo, what up? YouTube, I'm back again. Gonna react to what we know about Man United's next breakthrough talents by the United People's TV. Alright, less talking, more action like me and you. Yeah, you know, alright, let's type in.
Players could make their breakthrough this season. What's happening with Sekou Kone? Who's the most exciting? Who should you be looking out for?
I want to see, that's Shea Lacey. Yo, he's grown. I want to see Sekou Kone. I like him. I just like the way he plays. And Shea Lacey. I watched Shea Lacey since he was 14. Yo, he a baller, bro. He a baller. Left with the baller. I like him. I know the guy in the middle. I think maybe I need to search up him.
I'll run through everything in this video and discuss their chances and opportunities after United's failure to qualify for European competition for the first time in a decade and the domino effect that could have. Now, United are flying out on their pre-season tour and there's going to be plenty of young players involved. And I know that you will want to know, what ones should we be looking out for? What are their opportunities going to be? Who is going to be closest to breaking through into that first team? Could Sekou Kone be that midfielder? I'm going to run through each player, one after the other, just to give you that top line info. You can know everything you need to know. All right, drop a like on the video. Let's get on with it. And a perfect player to start with is Harry Amas. Amas featured fairly regularly towards the end of last season as the fixtures piled.
I like that laid back too, but pressing. I think he can cross too, but I just like the way he put the socks. I think he put it shut night. I know he's a baller. Yeah, you know what he's doing, but I don't know why we bought Leon. Now we're gonna have to loan him out, but I think we're gonna have to loan him out or sell him at the buyback clause. I feel like we're gonna loan him out to a League One team.
Hold up, but will he be available in this coming season? Well, Siren Stone from the BBC reported last week that Amas will not be taking part in the pre-season tour, and the club had decided that he'd be better going out on loan and playing matches. The club must expect Diego Leon's arrival to limit the amount of minutes available to Amas, and Leon was pretty decent in his debut against Leeds. So Amas is now expected to go out on loan, where hopefully he can make strides physically and positionally, because while Amas is very good technically, he needs that physical development, and I hope he can get that out on loan. And another player who broke through last season, but injuries kind of curtailed his progress, is Toby Collier. I kind of say it's a little bit of a make or break season for him. He's 21 now, but what is going on with Collier? Toby Collier looks set to become a fairly regular starter after last season's summer tour, but injuries meant that his season never really got going. He just turned 21 in January. He's going to need to play more minutes this season if he is to develop, and his future really is up in the air. He could stay, he could be sold, or could go out on loan to get the minutes. I really am not sure what happens with Collier. And sticking in midfield, let's have a chat about Sekou Kone. Now, for a lot of you, this is going to be the player that you watched the video to find out more information about. We know that Sekou Kone joined last summer from, was it Gadars FC from Mali? He's had a year developing. Can he be the midfielder that we need? Amrin wants a midfielder. He kind of said it after the Leeds game. But what is actually going on with Kone? Sekou Kone is considered part of United's emerging talent group, a name given to young players signed with a view to them progressing quickly into the first team. And he's being assessed to see where he'd be best suited this season. Now, unlike the likes of Chido Obi or Aiden Heaven, he's not been given the chance to impress in the first team just yet. And where he spends next season is up in the air, and performances in pre-season will likely go some way to deciding whether he goes out on loan or continues with the under-21s. But Nathan Salt from the Daily Mail has said that Kone has been impressing so much in the training so far ahead of pre-season that the club have decided not to loan him out. I think he was on the way to Lausanne in Switzerland, and it looks like he could well be part of United's first-team squad next season. And
I thought he's going on loan to Switzerland. Yo, we're keeping him. Yo, I think he might come through. I want to see him play more than Casemiro, man. Even though Casemiro's better than United now, I still want to see him play. I just like United youngsters, man. Like I said, I like him. He made Coyle, yeah, he can't. He just needs time to progress. He needs a system of structure. I think everything I didn't know where to play him. They played in the middle of the park, and he was doing his own thing, man. He just needs a coach to tell him what to do and where to go, man. He's a good player from Brighton, man.
That's exciting. And when it comes to the sort of emerging talent group, you know those players that Wilcox and Vavella signing to bring through and develop, Aiden Heaven and Chido Obi can both be included in that. No, I don't think anybody expected Aiden Heaven to kind of come through as quickly as he did and to be as good as he was. But Aiden Heaven is now kind of an established first-team member. As for Chido, it's going to be really interesting to watch him this season. Now, he started in the first pre-season game against Leeds. I imagine he's basically an established first-team squad member now, but I don't know how many chances he's going to get. But with Rasmus Højlund, well, you know how he played last season. And if we don't sign, I do think we're going to sign a striker. That's what I mean when I don't know about his opportunities. But I'd say Chido and Heaven, they're both first-team squad members now, really. Now, moving on to a name which I didn't really think we'd be speaking about last season, was Tyler Fredriksson. Kind of caught us all by surprise when Ruben Amorim put him in. I think he played left centre-back when he made his debut. No one expected that. But what is going on with Fredriksson? Is he someone that we should expect to see in the squad this season? Well, he has been rewarded with a change of shirt number, 55 to 33, and has also trained with the first team regularly during the first 2 weeks of pre-season. A loan can't really be ruled out, especially on the off chance that United were to add to their centre-back options this summer. A loan to boost his value with a view to selling him next summer is probably the smartest option, but he has shown he can provide emergency cover after an accomplished debut against Wolves in April, and he played in United's first pre-season game against Leeds. So Fredriksson, as it stands, I'll probably expect him to stay. Not really hearing much about a loan move. Now, importantly, and this is a shift in strategy at United, we won't be hoarding players simply because we don't want to lose them. If there are players who have, say, been playing for the under-21s for a season or two, and they haven't really burst through, are we going to be selling them? Are we going to be trying to reinvest that money? Let me tell you everything you need to know about those players. It has been reported, as I said, that United will be looking to sell players they see as having no future at the club, and are said to be willing to take either low fees or no fees with add-ons in order to make moves happen. Now, Dan Gore, he's 20 now. He secured a loan move to Rotherham. Spent a few months on loan there last season, but only made 3 appearances thanks to getting injured in his very first game. Ethan Wheatley, who is 19, will hope for a more productive spell away after a frustrating time at Walsall, where he played just 4 times. Ethan Williams had a good loan spell last season at Cheltenham and has been linked with a move to either Anderlecht or Club Bruges. He's only got 1 year left on his contract, so if United want to cash in on him, then it has to be this summer. Joe Hugel, he's set to leave the club for a loan to Barnet, and United will probably look...
Yo, I remember Joe Hugel being one of the next talents, man. And Ethan Wheatley, what happened to him, man? What the next breakthrough, man? I was hoping for him to come through, man. But I guess life's like it, man. I'll be green with that, man. I like that boy. Yeah, but just what he done in United sold him, because, you know, the Glazers are a business club. They're not a family. They're not like a football club. They're supposed to be like family, like a old and closer, but he's going through a bad patch. He's young, but he did the rash thing. But Ethan Wheatley and Joe Hugel and the other guy, Charlie, I think Charlie something. Him also. Charlie McNeil, yeah. I remember you were promising time for Manchester to be signing, man. What happened to those young strikers? Hey, a lot of players just go under the radar, man. A lot of talents.
Look to sell the likes of Sam Mather, Ethan Ennis, Reece Bennett, and probably some more. Now, one name I'm particularly excited to see what happens to him this season is Shea Lacey. If you don't know who Shea Lacey is, well, I could do a video on him, really.
Yo, Shea Lacey is a talent. That guy is a talent. Number 10. Or right wing. I think it's number 10. He's a talent. On the ball. Technical ability. Clean.
Isolation. One of the most exciting talents to come through the academy in the last few years. Has had his development really hurt by injuries in these last 2 years. But he's been training a lot with Amram at Carrington. So what's going on with Shea Lacey? He did end last season with a couple of eye-catching cameos on the post-season tour, and he's also been training with the first team so far this pre-season and looks to have added some muscle to his small frame. The Athletic says he's likely to play under 21s football next season rather than go out on loan. I think that's probably the right move. Now, if he can stay fit, it wouldn't be surprising to see him make a couple of first-team appearances, given his perfect fit for the right 10 role in Amram's system. So I'd say that's one to watch. And let's finish by speaking about 2 defensive prospects, Godwill Kokonki and Bendito Mantato. Now, I already mentioned Mantato last season as a potential right wing-back option, and I'll stand by that. Kokonki was on the bench for Amram's first game in charge, and that was against Ipswich. Let me tell you about both of those lads. Mantato is still eligible for the under-18s, and he's actually expected to play under 21s football. But you saw against Leeds, he came on and played in that right attacking midfield role, didn't get the ball much, but that was his first team debut, even if it is not in a competitive game. Like Lacey, he could get a couple of first team appearances due to that versatility and suitability to the system, and also like Lacey, he could benefit in terms of opportunities thanks to Amad and Mbumo playing in the AFCON. As for Kokonki, he needs to play more time at centre-back after having played a lot at left-back last season, and he will probably do that with the under-21s more than he will with the first team. So that's kind of a run-through of all of the United's younger players who could be in the first team, who's most likely to come through. I'm excited to see what happens with Sekou Kone. I'm going to do a separate video on him, actually, I think, detailing what happened with him last season so you can follow his progress. I'm also excited to see what happens with Mantato, with Shea Lacey. I think there's going to be quite a few more youngsters that are sold that don't have a future at the club, and I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new to United People's TV.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, man. I just want to see Sekou Kone play, man. I like that talent, man. Even Shea Lacey, those 2 talents I like a lot. I want to see them play, man. I know it might not get minutes for them, but it might not get minutes because I'm gonna like to be efficient. Like when you come on, you do something. That's what kind of man is. You do something. Don't come on and just laze around and show you that nah. You do something. When you put you on, you're doing something. Although he's not playing again, but yeah. I'm just excited, bro. I'm excited for his talents. Be out of the game, bro.